All right, sports fans, we're back with the NFL playoffs about to kick off on Saturday. It's New Year's Day. Happy New Year's to everybody. And we're going to pick the games for this weekend. First game is Arizona at Carolina. That's your Saturday afternoon game. Carolina is 7-9, losing record, but favored by 4.5 points as of Monday anyway. So, Ben, what do you think about this game?
I think that if the I think that the Carolina Panthers will win, and mainly because of the quarterback situation in Arizona. I don't think that Ryan Lindley is going to win them a playoff game, and so I don't think their offense will be able to put up many points, like possibly 14 tops is what I'm thinking. So I think Carolina will easily top that and get the W.
Yep, I like Carolina as well. Things to look for. Can Arizona move the ball and score points? So it's tough. I don't think many teams could come in, win on the road in the playoffs with their third string quarterback. So Saturday night game, Baltimore at Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is favored by 3. Ben, how about this one?
With the big question is whether or not Le'Veon Bell will play. And I think he will be too dinged up to run the ball at. So I'm actually going with Baltimore on this one. Because I think that they could get after the quarterback, even with their secondary, which is pretty bad. And I believe that Joe Flacco is experienced enough to win the game for Baltimore.
All right, I'll go with Pittsburgh. Roethlisberger has all the experience in the world. I like them more than most. Antonio Brown is their big play receiver, right? Yep. So look for him. Look to see if he goes crazy during the game. I'll take Pittsburgh on this one. Then Sunday afternoon game, the game that's closest to our hearts here. Cincinnati at Indianapolis. Indy is favored by 4. What do you think, Ben?
I think that the Bengals will win this game, and because Indianapolis's main strength is their quarterback. And the Bengals were able to confuse a team with their main strength, the quarterback, a couple weeks ago and last week in Denver by using exotic blitzes because they didn't have to be afraid of the run. If the Bengals don't have to be afraid of Indianapolis running, then they can confuse Andrew Luck and possibly get the win. Also, Indianapolis does not have a good running game, and the Bengals' running game has been taking off, so you can watch out for that.
Yeah, so even though taking Andy Dalton on the road in the playoffs flies in the face of all reason, I'm going to take the Bengals as well, mostly because we were at the Monday Night Football game against Denver in Cincinnati, so that's affecting way too much of my perspective. But that's the same game plan that Cincinnati needs. Is basically it's a college football offense. Run the read option. So look for a couple of things. If Jeremy Hill, Bengals running back, if he can get over 140 yards in this game, that seems to be his magic number. And then if Dalton has double-digit rushing yards, I think that's a big positive sign for the Bengals as well. And then the Bengals want to control the line of scrimmage on defense, limit the Colts rushing, and then just have those defensive backs just sit on those receivers. But watch out for T.Y. Hilton. T.Y. practiced this week. He's coming back from a hamstring injury. He went nuts. The Colts beat the Bengals 27-0 earlier in the year. So watch out for him. So final game, Saturday, 4:30, Detroit at Dallas. Right? And Dallas is favored by 7 points. That was as of Monday. That was when everybody thought that Ndamukong Suh was out of the game, suspended for stepping on Aaron Rodgers, but he appealed. He's back on the field, so maybe that moved the line. What do you think about this game?
Well, I think that Dallas will win because I think that they can still run the ball on most teams. And even if the Lions begin to get on the running attack, they always have a passing attack. And the Lions' offense has not been very spectacular this year, and so they won't put up that many points. And the Cowboys can always put up tons of points. And so I'm looking for that. I think that they'll at least put up like 28 points. And not very many times has the Lions offense done that. So, yeah.
Yeah, I like Dallas too. Just they're a complete offense, and we'll just hope that their defense hangs on for their sake, but that should be an entertaining game. In other news, This was going to be the I Hate Football edition of this little analysis, but the Fighting Irish upset LSU. Congratulations, Notre Dame. Fantastic game in the Music City Bowl. Anything to add on that, Benny?
Oh, yeah. Well, Malik Zaire looked pretty good, and I'm excited to see him in the future and how he'll progress because he's a young quarterback for Notre Dame that looked pretty good. So, yeah, but they were able to get that running game going and some other things, and like their defense actually got some stops against that powerful LSU running attack.
Yep, so college football playoff kicks off in a couple of hours. I like Alabama and Florida State. What do you think?
I also like Florida State and Alabama because I think that Oregon. I don't know about people were saying Marcus Mariota is better than Jameis Winston. I don't really think that. I think that Jameis Winston might come out and prove everybody wrong, and also that Alabama was just a more complete team and better team, and they're gonna beat a third or fourth string running quarterback in Ohio State's quarterback, whomever's playing. I don't know, they've got so many backups by now. I don't know.
Yeah, they went through a lot of quarterbacks. They got their third stringer in, but he looks pretty good. So that wraps it up. We will see you next week. Thanks, everyone.